All right, so leading in with that, we looked into the housing market here at home to kind of see if it's following this national trend. Local News 8's Philip Willis is here in studio with us tonight for more. Phil, what's going on?
Well, according to Redfin, this past April, 14.4% of homes in Idaho sold above their listed price. That's down 2.2 points year over year. There were 30.8% of homes that had price drops. That's up 29% in April last year. The average sales price for a house in Idaho is $470,000. From Blackfoot to Rexburg, that number is closer to $440,000.
Right now, nationwide, prices are high, interest rates are high, so that's a bad combination for buyers. It's a lot harder for buyers. Those open houses, you're going to see a lot more of those, not just on weekends. You're going to see them on weeknights. You're going to see a lot more on social media postings. You're going to see a lot more flyers in your mailbox. You may even see more realtors knocking door to door just to get the word out for their sellers because word of mouth is better than any advertising, but it's been a while since realtors have had to do those kinds of things. Sellers have got to be patient. Every house has a buyer. It's just finding the right match.
Coates says we're seeing a lot more people moving in than moving out, and that Idaho is a bit ahead of the curve because of that. That being said, one of the main concerns of realtors is that interest rates can rise, making it so a house that was previously affordable for a buyer is out of their price range.
All right. Well, first off, good information. But so it does sound like, there's always localized impacts. But what do they think things like interest rates will impact housing prices here in Idaho?
Interest rates are pretty interesting. People take loans out on their houses, and when the interest rates rise, those loans get more expensive to pay off, and it becomes more expensive to own a home. But it's not always so clear-cut. There's two sides here, the buyers and the sellers. First, the sellers are being encouraged by people like Chen Zhao, Redfin's head of economic research, to sell quickly before housing prices fall. If they do sell quickly by lowering their own prices, it makes it much more difficult for other realtors to sell without lowering their prices in turn, causing the very falling prices being predicted, and this in spite of the interest rates.
So it kind of sounds a little bit like prices will kind of be determined by which group outlast, whether it's buyers, the sellers, if there's going to be, realtors kind of working together to keep prices somewhere, or if someone's going to, undercut the other person. Anyway, interesting.
Yeah.
So, ultimately, I guess it's just kind of, it could be anyone's game, it sounds like.
Well, it could be anyone's game because you have the realtors playing this, but then you also have the buyers, right? If the buyers work together, they can keep the prices lower, but buyers are going to bid over each other. They're kind of trying to get one over the other. That's going to push the prices up. And the people in the Idaho Falls area, though, we might not really experience this disparity as much, just because we have so many people moving to Idaho Falls and into this southeast Idaho area. We might not feel that difference of supply and demand because people are moving here. They want to live in houses, so they're going to go try to buy houses.
So even though nationally there's downward pressure, Idaho might stay a little more flat.
It might stay level. It might even go up. It's
Interesting.
anyone's game.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Phil. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.